What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thomas Dolby, and we're returning to the 1982 album Golden Age of Wireless, and we're up to the tune Airwaves. It makes me think about radio waves, it makes me think about television and indeed radio, the transmission of information from one place to another by use of waves, forms of light, essentially. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that might manifest, whether we're actually talking, radio waves going to an antenna on top of a house, then producing an image on their television set, or whether this is something that's more, sci-fi or robotic or so on. But I imagine it will relate to electrical processes and the transmission of some type of information over airwaves. But yeah, it remains to be seen what exactly will be happening, so let's find out. This is Thomas Dolby, the tune is Airwaves, and it's from the 1982 album Golden Age of Wireless.
Strange how the scale forms in tiny patterns on my antenna and the 5 o'clock show. Hello, hello. Brooklyn is crawling with famous people. I turn my vehicle beneath the river west from south.
Cool.
Through the airwaves, people never read the airwaves. Do we only feed the airwaves?
That's a clever line.
I really should have seen through the airwaves. Electric fences line our new freeway. Here in the motorhomes leave here. Knee-deep in water under a pylon. How slow my heart beats, how thin the air I'm breathing. Through the airwaves, people never read the airwaves. Do we only feed the airwaves? Most time I'm out of street airwaves. Timeless of the wind, the airwaves. Tension of the skin, the airwaves. Whoa. Controls enabled. The abandoned was again, but the copper cables all rest in the acid rains. The flood the sun.
Feels more claustrophobic now.
Cabled into me. Yeah, cable them to me. Cable them to me. Be in my broadcast when this is over.
This is amazing, right?
Give me your shoulder. I need a place to wait for morning. No, it was nothing. Some car backfiring. Please don't ask questions. I itch all over. Let me sleep.
Don't ask questions, I ain't your lover, let me sleep.
Do we only feed the airwaves? Last time I'm out of street airwaves. Dampness of the wind, the airwaves. Tension of the skin, the airwaves. I really should have seen through the airwaves. People never read the airwaves. Do we only feed the airwaves? Last time I'm out of street airwaves. Dampness of the wind, the airwaves. Tension of the skin, the airwaves. I really should have seen through the airwaves. People never read the airwaves. Do we only feed the airwaves? No,
I love that drop.
Dampness
thought it might lead into a gradual fade, but then that shift is like, nope, there's more to the story still. Alien feedback. Some theremin, maybe. But, you know, all the different airwaves, essentially. System error, restart. Yeah, really cool, but interesting. Like, again, I haven't heard nearly enough of his tunes to get a sense of, you know, what to expect musically. And even when I've heard a lot of a group, I didn't have, you know, I don't expect anything in any definitive sense. But yeah, I guess I just really, you know, need to get more of an understanding of the flavor of his work. Because this one, it had a different feeling than I thought, especially with a name like Airwaves, where, you know, maybe that end part and some of the sounds along the way were kind of what I was thinking. And to be fair, the first 5 seconds, it's like, okay, yeah, Airwaves, and, you know, I'm feeling the electronic and technological vibe. But then the overall atmosphere of the bulk of the song was, I don't know, again, I don't think in any way, I've never heard anyone refer to him as one of the artists included in that new romantic movement. Again, I don't think that's been in any way suggested in any of the deep dives, but the sound or the feel of this track, it was making me think of that type of atmosphere. So yeah, like I said, an interesting blend here of a more smooth and melodic early 80s feel with electronic sounding and, you know, maybe a bit of the sci-fi flavor. It's funny though, I was thinking also, I mentioned this about John Fox. I've heard a couple tunes by him where it's like, man, there's a lot of lyrics in this. There's a lot going on thematically. I feel like so far Thomas Dolby seems to be another artist who, you know, maybe not in all his tracks, but certainly in a couple that I've heard so far, there's a lot of lyrics, a lot of things going on. So yeah, like I said, I tried to track some of that. I didn't catch all the lines that ended with the airway, which I think is just, you know, it's sort of an extended chorus. A couple of them were interesting, but I'd like to re-listen and ultimately, you know, look forward to people commenting and letting me know what you think the themes at play are. Once more, as I listen to some of these artists, the very beginning of a deep dive, you know, I know what the semantics of a word means to me, or perhaps I'm just taking the words at face value, but people will say, hey, like at this point in his career, he was working off this source, and you know, he was into this kind of idea, so a lot of his songs relate to that. So again, not quite sure what's happening thematically, but again, I look forward to hearing what people have to say. Do let me know what you think of the Sonics, and we'll be back for another one next time. Peace.